Okay, people, tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. Okay, people, coming to town.
Elf is the classic Will Farrell Christmas movie that everyone watches during the holiday season. Except I'm not talking about the movie at all, because this channel does not review movies. Instead, I'll be talking about a very weird and forgotten tie-in video game released 1 year after the movie, possibly meant to tie in with the home media release of the movie. You know, now that I think about it, how the hell do you make a game based on Elf? A movie where a man raised by elves learns about his human origins and searches for his biological father in New York City. Well, this is how. Wow, this game looks f***ing ugly as hell. So in Elf, the movie, which is a pretty stupid f***ing name for a game, like, why didn't they just simply call it Elf, the video game? It's just confusing as hell if you refer to this game as Elf the movie, because people will think you're talking about the movie and not the game. So anyways, in Elf the movie, you of course play as Buddy the Elf, who looks absolutely nothing like Will Farrell. And almost immediately after starting the game, I noticed how weird and very low budget this game looks. The game seriously looks like it's trying to have a pre-rendered style, akin to games like Donkey Kong Country. But the developers likely did not have the time or budget to make the game look like Donkey Kong. Also, the game's music itself sounds like royalty-free Christmas music that you play in YouTube videos to avoid getting copyright claims. So anyways, all you're doing is simply walking to the end of the stage, collecting candy, as well as stars that can replenish your health. That's it. Just make it from point A to B in a grand total of 10 levels. Yeah, the game can be very piss easy just by going off the footage of this game alone. But don't be fooled, because there is one problem that is so goddamn infuriating. You see, when you get hit by something like this weird looking polar bear that looks like a Beast Wars reject, as well as icicles or falling in the pits and f***ing water, you don't just get hit or knocked back like in a normal video game. No, instead, the game respawns you back to the checkpoint very slowly as the camera pans back to the last checkpoint. Every single f***ing time. This got so goddamn annoying fast, and it especially got worse on the overhead iceberg level that has you hopping from one iceberg to another. But it doesn't help that you have to land on the right spot, cause if you're just one pixel off, you fall in the water and you have to respawn to the goddamn checkpoint. And what's worse is that when you die, you lose all of your health, and you have to restart the entire stage all over again, no matter if you've reached any checkpoints in the level whatsoever. Which means that you gotta do all the same annoying and repetitive shit all over again. Now, I hated this level so much that I straight up just gave up playing this game that literally takes an hour to beat. But thankfully the game has passwords between levels and I could just skip this level cause f*** this level. So the game itself does follow the plot of the movie, with Buddy starting at the North Pole and ending up in New York City. But the game itself doesn't even explain to you what's going on, because all you get are these grainy pictures from the movie with no context. So for the other stages in the game, you have a sledding level, a level that takes place on the streets, and even a snowball throwing level that takes place in the park, just like the movie. But wait, why is Buddy throwing snowballs at elves and Santa? In the movie, Buddy was throwing snowballs at this group of kids who were attacking him and his brother. Well, that's another point off for this game for its inaccuracy to its source material. you also have this puzzle solving level in the mailroom, and the level where you have to deliver presents via the elevator. What the hell kind of levels are these? These levels feel like games you play on sites like Mathletics or CoolMathGames.com back in like elementary school. But my guess is that they're only here because the developers were so desperate for more levels. So anyways, you also have another boring level where Buddy drops off presents at houses that are the exact same color as the wrapping paper. Then you finally have another side-scrolling level that ends off with Santa's sleigh taking off in New York, similar to the climax of the movie. And with that, the game just ends. So in the end, Elf the Movie the Game is just a nothing and meaningless game that is not worth your time whatsoever. Even if you like the movie or are just curious about this game's existence, the game has boring levels, boring gameplay, terrible graphics, and soulless music. But hey, at least a good thing I can say about this game is that it's certainly a better adaptation of a movie than all 3 of those terrible Blues Brothers games I reviewed a long ass time ago. Anyways, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year's, and Happy Valentine's Day, and Happy St. Patrick's Day, and Happy Easter, and Happy Mallrats Day, and Happy 28th anniversary of Happy Gilmore.